Hey, cinema community, we're here at our local AMC. Just got done seeing the movie Gladiator 2. This is our full review. Rebecca, what'd you think?
The first Gladiator movie is seen as an iconic piece of not only Hollywood filmmaking, but Ridley Scott's filmography. This one, I don't think it's gonna hit that mark.
Too much.
I remember seeing Gladiator 1, cousins, family, everybody. This one, oh my goodness, I don't know if everybody would actually be excited about seeing the second one.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
I'm kind of disappointed in this film for a multitude of reasons, but I'll try to keep it contained for this review.
You have something in you. I knew it from the start. Rage. And rage is your gift.
The main complaint for me is the story. It drags on too much, and yes, it's a 2-hour movie, but it just feels like it's taking pieces of the story and just putting them together. There's a lot that feels like it's missing, and I think with a more streamlined story or a story that flows better together, the movie would feel like it moves along faster.
This movie was over 2 hours, and sadly, it felt like it was over 2 hours. Like Rebecca said, it would kind of ebb and it would flow, and it would go up and it would go down.
I will not waste another generation of young men for their vanity.
It never actually felt consistent. As soon as I was getting into one of the characters, as soon as I was starting to go there, then flip, we'd go somewhere else.
I never thought I'd say this, but a lot of the actors that you may know for really awesome performances are seriously underutilized in this film.
The greatest temple Rome ever built. The Colosseum. Because this is what they believe in. Power.
Especially Denzel Washington.
I was expecting spectacular music, right? First one, Hans Zimmer. The music was really uneventful to me. The music really helps make a movie in my mind. So if it's not there, something big is missing.
It's pretty telling when a lot of the compositions that really give emotional heft to the movie are compositions from the first movie. They should have brought Hans Zimmer back. I do like the composer that they chose. I just feel like Hans would have added that more oomph that this movie needed in order for me not to fall asleep.
We talk a lot about costume design, and the costume design was okay. What really grabbed my attention was it seemed like every scene, Denzel Washington was wearing a different robe, something different. That was interesting. The other characters, pretty flat.
I did find narrative components to the costuming design. Especially with historical movies, it's nice to have a story with the costuming. That being said, I felt like a lot of the characters could have used a tighter edit on their clothes. That just seems to be the common theme for this film. It felt like, let's throw almost everything we ever thought of while in the process of making this movie, which took over 20 years, and kind of parse it down a bit.
A lot of the actors and actresses I like. In fact, I was really excited to see them.
I claim this city for the glory of Rome.
But when they came in, it just felt like a pretty basic script, nothing super exciting, a lot of predictability.
I was telling Teresa, this felt like the fourth draft of the movie. There's some ideas, they're starting to get fleshed out, but it doesn't feel solid.
I was really glad I saw the first movie. There were so many nods and winks and homages to the first one. I think if you hadn't seen the first one, yeah, the dots are close enough that you could kind of pick it up.
I remember that day. I never forgot it. That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
Where were you born?
I don't know. I never knew a mother nor a father.
But I really think to really add to the movie, you have to know the lore of the first one.
I took the opposite tack. Normally I'll watch the previous entry in a franchise before we go see it. This one I purposefully did not because there was a time gap expressed in the promotional materials for this movie. I feel like even if I'd seen the first one, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. There's probably some stuff that I would have picked up on easier, but it felt like kind of a half-written story, unfortunately.
I really like the trailers. In fact, when I started to see the trailers, I was excited. It's been a long time. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be pretty good. Then when I sat down and watched it, it just never grabbed my attention the way the first one did. Rebecca, what do you think? Is it worth a watch?
Ridley is normally one of my favorite directors, and I can usually find something to love in every work of his. I can't really defend much of this one.
The gods have rendered their judgment.
I think it's sort of worth a watch. I can't even really say, yeah, go out and see it, but I would say if you've seen the first one, if you are just looking for kind of a lazy movie to watch, you'll probably enjoy it. But if you miss it in the theaters, check it out on streaming. It might grab your attention just a little bit more.
The gods have spoken!
This has been our movie review for Gladiator 2. We want to hear from you in the comments. What's your favorite Ridley Scott film? And if you want to check out some of our other reviews, click the links to the right.
Too much.